Hello, what's on your move, Madman, and I'm back. Today's going to be a good one, I hope. I haven't seen a lot of videos on this movie, and it is quite new, so quite proud to be able today to present The Social Network in 4K. So here you go then, David Fincher film for you. David Fincher's my favourite director, so I was quite excited to get this in 4K, so that's exciting, isn't it? Yeah, nothing like a bit of Jesse Eisenberg actually acting. As a little step up from when he was in Batman vs Superman. He wasn't nominated for an Oscar in A Real Pain for acting, although it did go to Kieran Culkin, so well done, good one. But he did write it and direct it, and he was nominated for Best Writer, Original Screenplay, so it's exciting. There's a back cover for you there. Let's get the plastic off first, yeah? Let's do that. Cool, that was really easy to get off. That's what she said. It's got an interesting slip cover, if you might call it, J card. So we're going to take that off. Cool, who knew getting stickers off would be so difficult? It's got a really nice back over there. There's the front for you again. No stickers on it or anything. That's all on the J card. Let's have a look at the inside though, eh? Cool. So you've got 3 discs in here. Got a bonus features disc over here, 4K on the front, and a Blu-ray at the back there. And you've got some very interestingly bizarre artwork on the inside there. So it's interesting, isn't it? How exciting is that? So it's a Steelbook. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it's kind of obvious if you could tell. It's a Steelbook. Yeah, so we're going to have a little look at the film, compare it to the Blu-rays. I've got the older Blu-ray up there as well, so I might have a look at that. I probably won't, but don't go anywhere, alright? Stay there and I'll be right back. Okay, interesting. So this is going to be a very, not difficult, but a very different review for me. So I had a little look at the Blu-ray of this film, and I looked at the little bits that we would normally look at, and I just thought it looked really good. The Blu-ray looks so good. For something that was made in 2010, the Blu-ray looked that good. I thought, that's just my opinion, but I thought the Blu-ray looked amazing. And I was looking through it and I was just thinking, I don't really understand. I do understand, but I don't really know how the 4K is going to look that much better than this. So then I put the 4K disc in. Bit angry, not going to lie. So I put the 4K disc in, and the first thing I noticed straight away from the opening shot is that they took out the very typical David Fincher yellow filter. And for a very big David Fincher fan, one of the things that really sticks out in his films is his iconic filter that he has over the lens. Just makes the picture look like that little bit yellow, gives it that little bit more colour and depth. And it also brings out the darkness and the shadows and stuff like that. And all of that was gone on the 4K disc. So some people, to be fair, some people will look at that as a massive positive and say, I find the yellow filter in David Fincher's films very irritating. It's the only thing that puts me off of his films. The only thing about his films I don't like is the yellow filter. But to me, it's one of the things that I love about his films, is his filters. It's not always yellow. Sometimes it'll be blue, sometimes it'll be slightly whiter. But yellow, I think, is his main colour. So for 4K, that's meant to bring out the colours in films, the yellow filter is completely gone. That being said, if you are on the side of I can't stand filters, then the 4K is a massive improvement. All right, The picture detail is still incredible. It's very similar to the Blu-ray, to be fair, considering how old the Blu-ray film is. It is still very similar. But for me personally, I was very disappointed. I was hoping to have a bit more yellow, a bit more contrast in the depths and stuff. They didn't do it for 7. Like the 4K for 7 still has the filters in it. The 4K for Zodiac still has the filters in it. And then for some reason the 4K for this took all the filters out. I wasn't sure if it was just the opening to start with, so I did flick through it and have a little look to see if there was the filter present in any of the other scenes, and from what I could tell, it's been taken out of the whole film. So that was a big thumbs down for me. I really wanted it to have that and it didn't, so I was a little upset about that. That being said, it does still come with Dolby Vision and it does come with Dolby Atmos as well, so that's a step up from 7. The audio on 7 had gone down rather than going up, whereas the audio on this has gone to Dolby Atmos, so that's pretty good considering 7 probably would have relied more from an Atmos track rather than this, but we won't go there. But yeah, like I say, the facial details still look really good in 4K. The grain structure is still pretty decent in 4K. It's not in your face or anything like that. It's still a very nice looking, digital, clean sort of picture. But yeah, like I said, for me, I was very upset, and I probably will just stick to watching the Blu-ray. It's nice to have the 4K Steelbook in the collection, so I'm not going to like get rid of it or anything like that, but I probably will just stick to the Blu-ray for me. But yeah, if you're not sure, I would say your best bet would be just to get it and make that decision yourself. Because if I was to give you advice, I would be like, no, don't get the 4K, stick to the Blu-ray because the filter's still in the Blu-ray. Although some people would be like, well, those filters are really annoying anyway, so I want to see it in 4K without the filter. So it's up to you. I think it's a better angle. I mean, they're all up to you, to be fair. All these videos do. It's not like I say, don't get that, and no one buys it. So it's fine. You make your decision. My decision would be, don't get it. Other people's decisions would be, you have to get this. It's very 50-50, I think. So that's it for today. It's enough about the Social Network and David Fincher and yellow filters. I'll be back again soon. There is a podcast on the way. We filmed a podcast on the 3rd of March. So hopefully I might get around to editing that soon and get that online as well. It's really long though, so because we haven't done one for a while. Before I start editing it, it's like an hour and a half. So hopefully I can trim that down a little bit. There's a lot of things that I say that definitely need to be cut out. So like I always say, there's a link for my book in the description, so if you could get on that, get my book, get supporting, that'd be really great. I'd really appreciate that. But I'm going to go now, so if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'm going to fuck off. Okay, goodbye.